Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Sword Snake. And the birds are in the background, so they're there too. But when we last left off, we had to ask about the bear figurine, and we had to raise an objection at the fact that Mountain Guard could not have been there to have given the bear, deliver it to the mansion. And not to mention, we also had to play dirty because of the fact that we had to prolong this trial, because Matt is certainly guilty, but we have to go along because Maya needs to be rescued. So we had to put Adrian Andrews on the stand and say that she's the one that's the one that took the bear figurine and whatnot from the killer at the time. So yeah, it's brought Adrian Andrews here. Now she's here to talk about the figurine and about the puzzle. So we're going to press all her statements because we have to know about it. I don't think she's really lying about this figurine anyway. Hold it! A puzzle? That's right. It looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Hold it! So, you can take it apart? And how would one go on about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. He's proper playing. How can you not love the judge? You can tell he's playing with it because you can see the picture just going like constantly. It's so funny. And the judge has closed his eyes and like, interesting, fascinating. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. Stop playing with the toy! I think he's lost it. I think he has too. Considering the way this trial's gone on, we definitely do need his good sense of humour and childish ways, the judge. So, what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? Hold it! And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who brought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. And this is a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for one. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Hold it! So, who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get what was inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same once again. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Hold it! Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as one never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. On Guard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Alright. Waddle my finger as I'm going to give the smug expression. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize, that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this: the bear is actually a jewelry box. Now, that we have agreed to this point. There is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside this box?
What's inside?
That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. And the bear is open by the sounds of it. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
Well, what is that? It looks like a note.
I'm going to shake my head with another smug expression. I don't think we need to guess what it is. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? Huh? It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, SamuraiT-X. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems SamuraiT-X had very beautiful handwriting, and she had just beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Smack.
Order! Witness, did you know about this?
Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right, at least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note being made known. I can't stop you, can I?
Nope.
I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of this note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead silence courtroom. In her note, SamuraiT-X left to us a record of all that happened to her, about being used and then thrown away by Ungard, about being engaged to Corrida and Ungard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all.
And that's all Miss Impacts had to say.
Oh boy. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Ungard.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of that note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference.
My word!
Madame God values above else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. Table smash at any cost. Alright. Oh boy. It's Ungard's fault that woman killed herself! And this time, he even went as so far to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! I guess there are slime-ball lawyers out there who would defend these creeps too. There is no margin for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client Wright's goal was to retain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
Smack. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were extremely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
Ugh, how am I supposed to escape this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know you must do what you must do. I know. I have to carry on and buy some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? We've already pursued the figurine enough. I'm going to pursue the suicide note, to be honest with you. The reason why I'm going to say that, because I'm going to say that because what if this suicide note is actually a fake? That's the theory that's going in my head right now, because it was hidden. You know, what if someone actually, what if the real suicide note was not found, but the fake one was forged by somebody and then, you know, just hidden in that bear? Yeah, we're going to pursue the suicide note, definitely. Let's do that. Table smash. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh boy. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care if he's trying to get the killer off a hook. I think Your Honor believes that Matt on guard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that is correct.
But that seems to be a little strange. In fact, I think there is a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corridor until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt on guard could not have known... I say that Matt on guard could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. Table smash. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it was said.
Order, order, order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
I forgot to add that as a possibility, but I'm still thinking that this note is fake. I'm still going by that theory that the note could be fake, if I'm honest with you. It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order.
Huh?
The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself.
Huh?
I would like to direct the court's attention to this.
What is that?
It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying.
Spying?
What the? I thought that the spy camera was in my possession. Madam God and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went as far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses.
And?
The victim, Juan Corridor, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Madam God.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities.
Well, sort of.
Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright.
I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye.
Huh?
But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera.
Man of God's fingerprints were on there?
Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. Sorry about the sudden abrupt pause. I do apologize for that. Phone call. I've been getting a lot of those when I'm recording. Today must not be my day when I'm recording this game, you know. Then again, I'm recording it a day after the other video, and I got a phone call again from that day, so it's not really my day. But yeah, let's continue. I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Regard learned the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Oh boy. Hey, now what is that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shh, stop. Don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? You know what? That does work. At the moment, our backs are against the wall and the world's against us. Every time we object, the world is just constantly judging us for defending this evil son of a goat, mountain guards. We are defending a very evil man here, and no, it is not good. The world is really against us. I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to pulling the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into this item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Come on, Phoenix!
Alright, I think it's time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you?
What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? I know what it is, because I've been banging on about it for when I said it the first time. But yeah, I'll leave it to you to figure out, Phoenix, because I'm not going to explain it again, because at the moment you acted stupid. Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Present evidence. We can't say no objections. If we do, it's over. I have an objection, Your Honor. I'm going to wag my finger with a smug expression. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, the defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily.
You are beginning to sound desperate. Well, we are desperate.
That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Nope, it's not his imagination. It's just mere facts. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you forgot one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Yeah, he's stealing your lines, but, you know, you are his mentor still. So, you're telling me I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's one thing you should really examine about this piece of evidence. I'm going to present the suicide note because I'm guessing that this suicide note is probably a fake, so I'm going to say it again. So let's present it. Take that!
That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right?
Who knows?
Huh?
I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside this bear, but this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means, table smash, the handwriting on this note has yet to be analysed.
Oh. So?
As to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impact or not, table smash, has yet to be even remotely confirmed.
Smack, smack, smack. But, Mr. Wright, you can't be seriously suggesting...
Mr. Wright, are you saying that this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you weren't the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and pull it into this bear? How dare you?
Table smash.
Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to this suicide note whatsoever.
Table smash.
But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could have solved the puzzle is the witness herself. Oh look, she's broken off a pair of glasses. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so that you could use it to frame Mount on Guard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. We didn't present it, Edgeworth. It's you that needs to do that, actually. Oh, look, he's repeating it. He's repeating what I just said. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Ugh. See, as I said what I said. Looks like Phoenix repeated what I said. I just knew that because we didn't analyze the as Phoenix said, we didn't analyze it and whatnot. We have no proof that it is Celeste who actually wrote it. It could be someone else that wrote it, to be honest with you.
That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note?
It's as the defense has stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed.
If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible.
That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate.
Handwriting analysis, my butt! It's just that lawyer's trying to buy more time. Oh, God is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Sorry, I just keep doing that because that was actually fun. No? That ringtone again.
Whoa, what is that sound?
Come on, Judge, I'm pretty sure you know that this ringtone has been playing for like twice now in this game, when Phoenix has been in the courtroom. It's Gumshoe! Hello? Gumshoe! What is with him? What is with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer?
He got away.
What?
I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do.
Anyway, what's going on?
We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone.
This is terrible.
I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time.
But
don't tell me we don't have any more.
Guilty! 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 Sorry, I have to keep doing that because look, I know it might annoy some of you, but I'm getting into this. My adrenaline's so high, it's ridiculous. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head.
Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far and... Oh,
What is it?
let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't do that.
Smack. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Look at that. That's just so funny the way the phone just spun to Edgeworth, you know.
Mr. Edgeworth. Please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session.
He's so cold!
Court is in session.
And it just puts down. I'm pretty sure he took it on board, though. I'm pretty sure he did, considering he knows the situation. Huh?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. But
I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
this time, I can't do anything.
Court is now adjourned for the day. Aw, man.
Whoa. Huh? Edgeworth.
Please wait, Your Honor.
Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain the results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today than reconvene tomorrow?
Table smash. 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for.
Please, Your Honor.
Very well. Huh? At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. I'm hungry once again, because 10 minutes was not long enough for me to eat my lunch. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today.
I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. Both, to be honest. I have a feeling it's both.
The court will now take its final recess of the day. Smack.
Alright, we're going to continue, because we need to continue, because this is recess.
March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 30. Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation?
The killer. Looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't really find her in that time.
Ugh. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth?
We don't have time. We don't have time. Just spit it out.
Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away.
A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence?
Ho 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 ho! I thought you asked, pal.
Huh?
I've got the things he left. I've got the things he left with me right now. I'm on the way over.
Really?
That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran.
What?
Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now.
Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this.
With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me.
Alright, just get here in one piece.
I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm putting out all the stops and running every red light.
Why do I have a feeling that's a bad idea? Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Like I said, why did I have a feeling that busting every red light would be a bad idea? Looks like something really did happen.
Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No one can stop.
Well, Gumshoe is pretty much out of commission. But what happened?
It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well.
What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help.
But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them.
No! We can't let that happen.
Well, if there's a way we can find out where he is, then we can stand a chance.
Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where... Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There is a way. I think there is anyway. That's right, there is a way.
What? How?
I'm sure we can find out Detective Gumshoe... I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Yes, I believe so. And, there is one person that's been out of this whole trial for a while, actually, and she was shot, and that's why Edgeworth came along. So I believe you guys know who I'm talking about when I said she. It's Franziska. Take that!
Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have.
Franziska, will she even want to help us? Edgeworth,
what is it?
I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing right now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death.
Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict?
Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here?
Yes, bailiff.
There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it's extremely urgent.
They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do.
Oh, cliffhanger. Good stuff. That means we can end the video. Wow, it's been 32 minutes going on 33. Didn't expect the video to last that long, but, you know, we're going to do the reading and all the tension and whatnot, so yeah. And plus I added a few comments here and there. Plus we did get cut off. Well, I did abruptly end the video, which I do apologize for, but it is what it is. At least I continued instead of just ending the video as a whole. So yeah, when we come back, folks, we'll play more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and that is the final recess, as the judge said. So the next part of the game will be the last part of the game. Until then, thank you guys for watching. This is SamuraiT-X, Snake, and the Birds signing out. Take care, everybody.